Hello everybody and welcome back. Whoopsie, I did it again. Welcome back to Hints on the Weekend, Tips on the Weekend, just stuff to do on the weekend. I don't know, what would you like to call it? Today we are going to play with glass. Now we've got the glass ceiling and the glass wall. Now the glass wall is my favorite thing to play with, simply because you can use it as a window, you can use it as whatever you want, and you now can actually change the frame to match the wooden items as well, which is awesome. Okay, when you put it in, it gives you the option to make it bigger or smaller. So we've got this nice door, and I thought, you know what, let's make the windows the same, almost the same size as the panels in the door. So we can do one of two things. Let's stick it up there for now, and let's take the wood from the door. I have established that this is the color of the door. We're going to take it all the way up there, and let's see if I've got the right size here. We're going to insert the glass panels in here just for fun, because we can. So we can actually not fit them in, because can you see there's not enough space here. Now if you take the snap to grid off, do you see what happens? It doesn't fit correctly in the hole. Do you see what happens? You're actually going to set your window off the grid, so you have to actually put it in properly. Okay, let's see if that will work. Where's my window? Come here. There we go. And we can actually play with the windows in the column, and that actually looks pretty dang good. And we can do exactly the same thing on this side. So if you want to build columns inside the house, outside the house, you want to match your doors, you want to put it above your door, obviously you need to measure it properly. So for example, this can be stretched to fill that gap, for example. Now let's go inside. I'll put a light on in here so it's nice and bright, and then we can play with stuff. What do you say? There we go, nice and bright in here. The only thing we've got at the moment is our windows, so let's put a couple more in. They work well. If you want floor to ceiling, you can go floor to ceiling. It will be quite happy to do that for you. Now if you're unhappy with the size of the frame, you can take your little brick, you know, our favorite little building tool, and you can pop it in, expand it to fit the wall, and you can use it to make slightly thicker frames, and then obviously color it with whatever, your choice of. How is it that I have bricks? I have no idea how it is that I have bricks. Let's get the color that we're playing with here. There we go. And then you have a wider frame. And you can do that all the way around your window. So you can actually copy that. Put it, you can't put it on top completely, but that's fine. We know how to make that fit. Let's see. Are we happy? Almost. And then we have a slightly thicker frame that actually makes sense. That was fun. What happened there? Oh, you decided you're not going to stand on your friend. That's fine. I can live with that. Let's move you in. All the way through there. Make sure you're good. And then we can resize you to the width of the window. And if you want to make it slightly bigger, or however big you want to make it, you have the option. So your windows have a more substantial frame. Let's take that, pop it in here. Let's do it that way. Are you going to stand now? Yes. No, don't resize it, move it. Now, in one of my previous builds, what I did was I used the glass to make it was a display cabinet. So what I did was I took, it was a storage unit. So let's find a storage unit. If I'm not mistaken, it was a medium storage unit. No, it wasn't. It was a low storage unit. I used it as the base. So, for example, in a shop, you can use a storage unit as a front desk. I think I also did something similar in the hotel build. So you can take whatever piece of furniture you want to use, even a TV cabinet, because then if you turn it, let's leave it in that wood. Here's my counter. Then I want some shelves, because you've got to have shelves in your display. So say this is my shop here. Let's take our little block again, or we can use the chipboard. The only reason I prefer the block is you can color it in many ways. The chipboard has limits. So we can do that, copy that, stick it on this side, and yes, the move tool is going to come in many cases. So let's use that, and I'm going to copy this shelf because you can put in as however many shelves you want. So let's move the shelf out, stick it on here, and you then have the option to make a slanted counter a slanted display cabinet. Alright, if you want to take, let's play with this little friend of ours who never does what we want. Let's put him, let's see how high we want the counter. Let's say we want that. And let's move, always put the snap to grid on. We can put it there. Yes, we can. Then you can take your glass, turn it, and you can place it in here. I'm taking the snap to grid off because I actually want it to look like this, and then I want it to lie on that. You can see that it goes opaque when it's lying on that. And then we can just resize it. If you want to be fancy and you want your sliding windows in your front cabinet, you can use 2 of them, and it looks like you are then able to open it from your side. And I'm using the triangles simply to help with the angle that I'm getting at. Now, when you have a sliding cabinet, you always have one door slightly behind the other. Now, because we've already placed this window as close as I can to that triangle, you place the other one like that. And then when you come back here, you can actually remove these because you don't need them anymore. You can then just resize this to the top of your windows. And then we can move this shelf out so it's actually sitting wherever you want it. Now, if you want to get really fancy, you can put the glass windows on the back as well. But you know, we're not that fancy. We want to be able to get in. There's my counter. As you can see, it's floating right now, which is fine. We want it to not float too high. And then we're going to move it down just a smidge. And obviously you can use your triangle on the sides. I just like this sort of feel. If I take my oak, I think it's oak. You can use any color you want, but that matches in. And if you want to take it a step further, there's your counter, and then we can actually put whatever you want to sell in there. I mean, we've got a lot of yummy things here. If you want to put some cakes in, it's always good. Where's my cake? There's my cake. And it looks amazing in a bakery. We have many to choose from. It will fit on both shelves. It will even fit on the counter. So you have a perfect counter for your store. You've got, I think they've got the cupcake holder that you could place there, put donuts, cupcakes or whatever around it, and you can sell stuff. You can put trays in here. If you get, I think it's in decorations, there is this box, which any color you want. Take your pick, place it on the counter, expand it to fit in, I would say probably that should fit some donuts. We can always make it smaller. Here's my donuts. Chocolate donuts. Gotta have chocolate donuts. And yes, the food moves as you make it bigger or smaller. And then when you pick that up, you can actually place it in your counter. Probably on the lower shelf because there's more space in there. Let's just get to the lower shelf, shall we? So playing with glass. You can also make tables. You can make, again, my little friend. I'm going to try hard to get the legs in the right spot. Take one of your windows, obviously you would put cross braces and all kinds of stuff like that with it, but I'm not going there. I want to see if I can get the window in the right place. Hey, my legs were almost there, hey? There was just one that was out. Okay, 2. Okay, 3. If I'd cross-braced it first, it would have been easier. There's a side table. You can do many, many things with it. If you want to do a column in the center of your house, you don't even have to build a wall. You can literally take this. Let's make a chunky column. Go up to the roof, copy it, and then it's just a matter of putting it together. And then of course, if you want doors, you want a glass door, let's see, about that high. There's your glass door. You can put your frame or whatever. Snap to grid because it's now fitted correctly in the wall. And then you can, if you're wanting, you know those big doors that you actually find in shopping centers. This is a grab rail. You can make it black. And You just have to place it on the door. It won't be a functioning door, but it'll be a cool door. And it looks really good. So I hope you enjoyed that. My column is still not right, as you can see, but you get the idea of what I'm saying. There we go, that looks better. So windows, furniture, doors, non-functioning but look cool. And let me know if it was helpful. Let me know if you are going to use it for your builds. That went off center very quickly. There we go. Shopping center doors. And then you can take these handles and put them on the other side so you can pull or push. Not really, but you know what I mean. It looks like you can. So guys, thanks so much for watching. If you got this far in this short video, please consider subscribing. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.